Right, now some more detail about our own health coaching program at the Irish Institute of Nutrition and Health. So we deliver the program twice a year in September and again in March. And the difference between the two is that you have an extra option in September because you can do it blended if you wish, which means you can turn up to some of the weekends, the days that we have, and also the cooking as well. We have days of cooking. Whereas the other course is the other version, the other delivery option, which is fully online. That's in September, but it's only that way in March. But it's part-time. That's the important thing to understand. So in terms of how part-time it is, so students tell us that on average that they would be spending about 4 to 8 hours a week on the course, on everything, the reading and the assignments and everything like that, case studies, whatever, on average throughout the course. So it's very doable, but people are busy these days, like crazy busy, and kids and jobs and stuff like that. So it has to be doable, and our course is doable. And by the way, we're also pretty flexible. We've learned over the years that we need to be very flexible with people's individual circumstances. So of course we have deadlines for delivery or for submission of assignments and things like that. But if you miss a deadline, or you're going to miss a deadline, then all you have to do is contact Maria in the office and tell her, and that's fine. She'll give you extra time. So you don't have to worry about that. We're very flexible in that area, and we understand that that's necessary these days, and it works very well. So part-time course. If you want to know the units of the course itself, how the structure of the course or the curriculum works, you can look online for more detail there, because it's no point in doing it now. But essentially, we start out, we're covering the basics of nutrition and the big issues and things like that, and we cover the digestive system. By the way, that's the only body system that we cover in any great detail in the first year in this coaching program. And when I say first year, I was referring then to the first year of the nutritional therapy program, because this is the first year of that program as well. So check the website for the units. We cover, obviously, we don't just cover nutrition or just coaching. We have to look at the broader things. So we need to look at where our food comes from, for example, and where we've got to, and where some of the problems are in relation to lifestyle elements. And one of those units is called Farm to Fork, and you don't need any explanation, I'm sure, to see what that's about. So the way that the course is delivered these days is a new way we've just started recently, and that is we deliver the course in a flipped classroom mode. And if those of you are not aware of that or familiar with it, it's a way where instead of teaching you new stuff, giving you new stuff and teaching it to you right away, what we do is we give all the information, all the material, documents, handouts, videos, podcasts, everything. All of that is delivered to you. And then you have about 3 or 4 weeks time to do the associated assignment that's related to that material. Now, in the meantime, what's happening throughout the course, right from the beginning of the course, is that you are offered a tutorial, a live tutorial, 2-hour tutorial every week. And this is really useful. This works really nicely. So we'd ask you to do your best to join your tutorial on a Wednesday or a Thursday evening from 7 to 9 p.m. That's GMT, UK Irish time. And of course, not everyone can do that, and sometimes you won't be able to do that. But you can download, after that, you can go back in and download one of 2 recordings, either the full thing on the screen, or else, as most people do, just download the audio of the session, so that you can hear what's going on and pick up on some of the issues that have been covered and talked about. And that's really useful. So the tutorials work very nicely. Now, it's usually me doing the tutorials, but there are other people as well that come in and support me, and from their own perspective too as well. So it's nice to have a variety of tutors, obviously, on the course too. Now, the assignments themselves are in a variety. There's no final exam. Remember that. It's a BTEC, so it's a vocational qualification, no final exam. Assignments, so practically based assignments, starting out with a few, at the start, a few quizzes, and then an interview you have to do. You have to do an in-depth interview with somebody, and then you have to do prepare the content of a leaflet that you might hand to somebody who wants advice from you, that kind of stuff. And then finally, by far the most important assignment that you do is 4 case studies with genuine volunteer clients. You have to find them, people who want help from you, and you work with them. And of course that is a good way to learn, as you can appreciate. I mean, actually having somebody real in front of you, and having to offer them listening and counselling and coaching and advice, perhaps around nutrition and health and stuff like that, whatever, or sleep or exercise, whatever it is. It can pull you out of your comfort zone a bit, but it's also a very powerful way to learn, as you can appreciate. So although our course is, as I've said, a hybrid course really, between nutrition information on one hand and coaching skills on the other, what we do is that we bring the two things together for the second part of the course, and you're supervised in doing the kind of work that you're being trained to do as a coach. So when we first proposed this to Pearson BTEC as an assignment, they said, that's wonderful, great, that's just what you want, but you only need 1 case study, they said, because you only need to prove that you can, students only need to prove they can do it once. But I said, no, that's not enough, because people need to see how different clients can be, the huge variation out there, and they need more experience than 1. So that's why we have 4 case studies. But I am your supervisor throughout that process. I'll help you with it, and you'll be able to manage. And it's a wonderful learning experience. Most people say that's really where they learned how to do this work, and whether they wanted to go on with it and do it as a profession, or go on to nutritional therapy or whatever. So it's actually, it turns out to be really quite a good way of assessing people and getting them to learn stuff. So we also, I mentioned we can be very flexible. We need to look at how the assignments are assessed. So essentially what happens in the vocational qualification is that you have learning outcomes which you have to prove that you've satisfied in your assignments. So there are loads of these on our course, and once you've achieved them, that's fine. So you either pass, or else if you haven't completed something, or if you've got something slightly wrong, then Maria will send it back to you and say, look, there's a bit missing here, or can you do this again, and explain what's needed, and then you just do it again and send it back in. So nobody fails. You just sometimes get referred, and it might be just a small thing, but it has to be done. All that stuff is set in stone by Pearson, and they come and check us every year, sit down and go through people's work and make sure it's been done properly. So we have to get that right, and we do. So so it's either pass or referred, and then eventually pass. Everyone passes in the end. And there's plenty of support on the way. There's loads of support from myself, from Maria, and from your mentor. Who you have a mentor as you go through the course. Particularly when you're working with the case studies, you can access your mentor and talk to them. They're experienced and nutritional therapists. Also done the coaching program too as well, so they know what it's like for you. Now, you probably need more information than this, or you might do before you make up your mind. You certainly should be looking at things carefully. But if you want more information from us, please call the office during office hours. This is the best way. Just get straight to the matter. And everyone in the office can talk to you about the coaching program in detail. And I'm often there myself, so I can talk to you as well. So if you want to talk to me, everyone's got their own stuff. It's not just about personalizing the course itself. It's about you. You're a unique individual, and let me talk to you about whether this is right for you. It may not be, but you need to find out. So you need to choose the right course. This is all about helping you to choose the course that's right for you. So I hope this has been useful, and so that you can also use this information to compare what we offer at the Institute with other courses that are out there. So I hope that's been useful. Thank you.